Hello, welcome to another edition of 5-Minute FRQ, where I take you through an old AP Bio FRQ question in 5 minutes or less. As always, this information is freely available on the AP Bio website for the College Board, so if you have any questions, you can look it up online. All right, this is question 4 off the 2015 AP exam. Both mitosis and meiosis are forms of cell division that produce daughter cells containing genetic information from the parent cell. Part A says describe two events that are common to both mitosis and meiosis that ensure the resulting daughter cells inherit the appropriate number of chromosomes. And Part B says the genetic composition of daughter cells produced by mitosis differs from that of the daughter cells produced by meiosis. Describe two features of the cell division processes that lead to these differences. So this question is worth 4 points. Part A wants two similarities. Part B wants two differences. So mitosis and meiosis are obviously very, very important concepts in biology in general. It's unlikely the exam would ask you to list the phases or describe what happens, but doing a compare and contrast, asking you something about mitosis or meiosis is a very common AP Bio strategy. So this is a compare contrast question. Part A wants two similarities in the processes that affect the number of chromosomes that the cells are getting. And Part B wants two differences between the two processes that lead to the differences in daughter cells between mitosis and meiosis. So looking at the rubric, so Part A basically wants two similarities. So you can read what they accepted. So the spindle elements, microtubules, formed to attach to chromosomes. I give this question to my students a lot, and a lot of times they'll say they both have prophase or they both have metaphase. Identifying a phase tells you nothing. The question says to describe. So the fact that both processes have a prophase doesn't give you the point. But saying that they both have microtubules that attach to chromosomes, that affects the distribution of DNA, right? The second thing they took was the chromatin condenses, which again would be during prophase, but you don't have to say it's prophase. The alignment of chromosomes across the center of the cell, that's metaphase. You don't have to say metaphase, just say that they align. Separation of chromatids/centromeres, that's anaphase, but describe what happens, don't just say anaphase. The G2 or M checkpoints, they both have those. Replication or synthesis of DNA before, so during interphase, that happens in both. And the last thing on the rubric is that cytokinesis separates daughter cells after both processes. That obviously is common to both. That was worth 2 points. Just saying any two of those gets you 2 points. So Part B, the genetic composition of daughter cells produced by mitosis differs from meiosis. So look at the table. So this is worth 2 points. So saying any two of these things in the columns gives you the point. One thing my kids often do that's wrong is they'll say a difference, but they'll say mitosis does this, but then they won't say, but meiosis does this. You have to say the difference and how it's different in both. So the first thing they took, the number of divisions. So mitosis has 1 division, which gives me 2 cells. Meiosis has 2 divisions, which gives me 4 cells. So saying both those things, 1 division versus 2, or 2 divisions, or 2 cells versus 4, mitosis versus meiosis, is worth a point. The ploidy number, so for mitosis, you get the same as the original. So a diploid cell becomes diploid, daughter cells, haploid, haploid. Meiosis cuts the chromosome number in half. So diploid becomes haploid. If you look at the rubric, it mentions tetraploid becomes diploid. That's obviously true. Most people aren't going to say that. Chromatids separating. So in mitosis, chromatids separate, obviously in anaphase. In meiosis, chromatids separate in meiosis 2, so anaphase 2, not anaphase 1. And anaphase 1 is the homologous pair of chromosomes that separate. Crossing over doesn't happen in mitosis, it happens in meiosis. No, you don't have to tell me what crossing over is. Just say that it happens in meiosis, not mitosis. And finally, homologous chromosomes separate or independently assort. That's a classic feature of meiosis and not in mitosis. So any two of those rows would get you a point each for Part B. Okay, hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys next time.